Now, we all know that defense wins you Super Bowls, and without good players, you're not going to win those Super Bowls in Madden 18. Now, we are jumping into my personal opinions of the top 10 defensive linemen to start the game in packs in Madden 18. Now, we did do the entire offense. If you guys want to see that, the links are up above or down below. There's some, go and watch that shit. But right now, we're jumping into the defense. Defensive lineman at number 10 is going to be Detroit Lions Ezekiel Ansah, man. 86 overall. He's got speed. He's got the finesse move. He's also got the hit power. And it's going to rate him at an 86 overall and the lowest overall base elite in the top 10 for defensive linemen. We're going to be doing defensive tackles and defensive ends in today's video, ranking the highest of them. Now, I don't have the stats of these cards because I just simply don't really want to know them. I want no +1s all year, so I don't know where they're going to be at. Hopefully, you guys can leave your opinions down below and let me know what you think his stats should be on the back of the card, man. But that's going to be an 86 overall, number 10 defensive end. Now, next up is still an 86 overall for the New York Giants, Olivier Vernon. This card always plays so much better than his ratings on the back of the card. He's just one of those cards that you program into Madden, and he always does above and beyond things than a card that is identical to him with the same stats. I don't know if it's his finesse move, if it's his speed, his block shedding, whatever it is, he definitely earns the number 9 position in the top 10 at an 86 overall. Now at number 8, we're going to stay in New York, and we're going to go up 1 overall with Muhammad Wilkerson at defensive end number 7. This card every single year gets an elite version, and it's well deserved. There's not a lot of elite players for the New York Jets, and he's definitely one of them at the defensive line position. He's going to make plays for you, and if you pull him out of the pack, it's going to be nice. But what I'm trying to do is develop a system to where these lower overall base elites are still valuable, but when you pull the higher overall versions of, let's say, J.J. Watt or Aaron Donald or Ndamukong Suh that we're going to talk about later, the price difference is insanely different. It's going to be way higher, but more importantly, that the stats of some of these players are going to be way better on the overall. So if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, I basically wanted to feel like that if you pull a 91 overall or a 90 overall, that those stats are significantly better than, let's say, the 87 overall Muhammad Wilkerson. They don't need to be +1s. They need to have a skill gap to where you really feel like the card you invested your money in actually is worth it. Now at number 7 is going to be 87 overall Kawan Short. This card, once again, I don't know too much about him, but I do know that looking at the rankings of defensive ends and defensive linemen, he's going into this season right now as probably a top 5 player. His stats from last year were remarkable. The Carolina Panthers defense would have probably been a lot better if Luke Kuechly didn't get hurt. And this card right here is definitely going to be one of those base elites that you pull and you throw him in your lineup right away. Now at number 6 is going to be once again an 87 overall, and then we're going to jump up a tier. There's going to be no 88 overall base elites at the defensive end or defensive line position, and it's going to be 87 overall Geno Atkins for the Cincinnati Bengals. Once again, very comparable to Short and Muhammad Wilkerson, where it's just a player that gets the job done in the middle of the field on the defensive line. It's going to earn himself an 87 overall, and if you pull any one of the 6, 7, 8 overall players on my rating list, it's really going to help out your team day one out of a pack. But if you try to buy them off the auction block, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg because they are going to be fairly common as a base elite in the game. Now, this is where I really want to step up the tier from the normal base elites to still being base elites, but some of the best overall cards in the position, and the stats should show that on the back of the card. At number 5 is 89 overall Ndamukong Suh. Love this card, man. You can run a 3-4, put him in the middle. You can run a 4-3 and pair him up with any of the other defensive tackles that I've listed in today's video, but he's on a tier of his own when it comes to pass rushing the quarterback, when it comes to stuffing the run, especially if you watched my running back video. Some of these running backs, you're going to go up the middle, and if you don't have an Ndamukong Suh, if the game plays the way it should be, you're going to be in some serious trouble. So at 89 overall, Ndamukong Suh is going to be one of the highest overall defensive tackles in the game for the start of Madden 18. If you pull this card, he should go for a ton on the auction block. It should be a card that people want. It should be rare, but if you get it, you really feel like you've accomplished something and you can sell that card to really build your team, or you can throw him in the middle and start him. These next two, man, oh man, dude, I've been playing Madden for a while. I can't remember if I've ever pulled a Aaron Donald or a J.J. Watt, but if you do, the stats should really say, hey, I pulled the best defensive lineman in the game, and he's worth a ton. At 90 overall, the LA Rams, that's going to take some getting used to. LA Rams, LA Chargers. 90 overall, Aaron Donald, another defensive tackle that isn't as big as Ndamukong Suh, but their skill sets are completely opposite in my opinion. Aaron Donald's got speed. Aaron Donald's got finesse move. Aaron Donald's got power move, block shedding, hit power, where Ndamukong Suh is more of a mean mugging muscle man that will just mush through people in the middle of the defensive line. And Aaron Donald, 90 overall, is the second highest overall defensive lineman in the game. Now, a lot of you guys might be questioning, yo, Toke, why don't you have Khalil Mack as a right or left end? I simply didn't do that because Madden always includes him as a linebacker. Now at number 3, the highest overall defensive lineman, the most wanted card on the defensive line every single year. You pull him, you're a millionaire, baby. 91 overall, J.J. Watt. Now, he didn't play a lot last year, but it does not matter. He simply is the best defensive lineman in the game. And, dude, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't include Jadeveon Clowney in my linebacker. Just remember I said that in this video because the other video, he's not in there. Oh, my God. People are going to be mad. 91 overall, though, J.J. Watt, man, best card at the position in the game. His stats, his skill set on the back of the card should be way better than anybody else I've listed on the list. And I really hope that Madden does that, where they make the elite the best elites, really the best elites in the game, to where you can pay 500,000 coins for this card, and he significantly plays better than the Vernon that you spent 50,000 coins on. Now, in each and every one of these videos, I include two legends I want to see in the game, or at least a legend that's been confirmed at the position. Now, at number 2, we've got Bruce Smith. He's in and out of the game every other year. Card stats are usually pretty good. He's one of the greatest defensive linemen in NFL history. If you look up his stats, you watch some replays, you'll be blown away by this guy. And he earns himself, at launch, a 92 overall legend status in packs. And hopefully we can pull a card like that all year long to add to our team. Now, finally, for me personally, this is my list. If probably you disagree with some of the things I say, please comment down below and let me know why. But the number 1 overall defensive lineman at the start of Madden 18, in my opinion, should be Deacon Jones. This card, oh my God. He's been in Madden before, and if you've ever used Deacon Jones, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember 3 years ago, before I started YouTube, I ran 4 Deacon Jones. I shit you not. 4 of them. And they were unstoppable on the defensive line position, and that is going to net him a 93 overall start to Madden 18 if he's in the game, and the highest rated defensive lineman in the game as well, man. Thank you, Austin, for making these cards. It's been so much fun doing this. I love seeing the arguments and the agreements and disagreements in the chat. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And if you're ready for the linebackers and defensive backs, drop a like. I'll bring it to you.